the earth has limited resources, whether it be metals, whether it be trees, whether it be glass, plastics, oil. And so we really need to, every time we are ready to discard something, we need to think about closing the loop. To me, if 50 to 70 to 80% of what you are getting rid of, what you call trash or waste, could be recycled, I look at it and I say, wow, do you know the value of that material?
One of my favorite concepts about waste is that waste is a totally human term. We're the only species that actually generates waste. Every other species on Earth does not generate something that they would call waste. Think about it, right? Every other species on animal, the only thing that we might think is waste is their defecation, right? But their defecation is fertilizer for where they live and helps the plants grow.
Plastic will never completely go away in a landfill. It may break down, it may become smaller, but it never completely goes away. And if you have a choice to buy, say, an egg carton can come in a plastic container or a cardboard container or a styrofoam container. You make a decision as to what's going to go in the landfill versus what you can recycle the moment that you make your purchase.
And so when we talk about a resource loop, we talk about the life cycle of any item that we might use, and we think not just about its use in our hands, but all the energy and resources that came to make it be to get to our hands, and all the resources, energy it takes once it leaves our hands until it meets its ultimate end.
So I used to look at what I didn't want, chunk it in the trash, didn't think much about it. But over time, as I've learned what the resources that are required to make paper, the trees, the transportation and all that, I really had to start thinking about what I was doing.
That half of that can, if you filled it with fossil fuel, is what you actually save. So if you want to put a vision in your head of what you're actually saving, think about half of that aluminum can that you're drinking from filled with fossil fuel, and that's the amount you're saving just from that one can.
Colorado College students have the opportunity to make a huge difference in this community. Already they're doing great things, and with the tools like compost bins, recycling bins, you have the opportunity to do tremendous things and lead the city.
So what is waste then, and why do we generate it is a really good question. I sort of would challenge people to think about the definition of what waste is and why we're the only species that generates something that we actually call waste. That's kind of weird. And I think the students who are coming here have a lot to think about in the next number of years about how to remove the word waste from the vocabulary of humanity. That what a planet it would be that by the time these students are my age, that the word waste has actually been eliminated because nothing is ever wasted again. And we have the potential to do that, to have a planet where there is no waste.